So now I was thinking, I have to make a drive shaft for the Crazy Frog, right? From the 1.9 TDI engine, well, gearbox to my CV joints of the Toyota. But all the companies that do custom drive shafts, what I was thinking, they can only make the shaft in between the CV joints, unless it's something I don't know, because that's the information I have from people I've asked. That's the info I have from my research on the internet. And also I want to do it myself, because this is the ideology of having lots of fun with the less money you spend. So let me turn the light off, because it was dark here, you can see me now, and I'm partially blind now. So I want to spend the less as possible and having as much fun as possible. Same ideology that Steve is doing now, although he's spending quite a bit of money, but the result is going to be well worth it. And that's why I removed the K24 turbo from it. So let me show you something. Those 3 pieces. Today I'm not doing this, I'm not working on this. I have to do the turbo system and exhaust manifold on the Bentley engine. But I was just thinking, and I was like, you know what, let me put this on the camera. So this is the drive, this is the Volkswagen Bora drive shaft. I like them, they're pretty big. CV joints, they're pretty big. They looks like they up to the job. This is the CV joint from the Volkswagen. This is the Toyota one. You obviously notice how small that shaft is in comparison on this one. Sorry, more parcels arrived. There you go. So, and this is obviously substantially bigger as well. And I was like, okay, so this company, what I can do, you can pretty much, let's say, make this shaft with the splines to go inside the CV joint. But this fucker is tiny. Even if they make very strong drive shafts, I guess the CV joint won't last too long. I would really like to use this CV joint, and obviously it will fit on the spline. Now the length probably is going to be a little bit too long. I'm not sure about that one, may fit, but if it doesn't, that's not a problem, because I can make them longer, I can make them shorter on the lathe machine. You know, you can chop this off, do the like machine inside, weld them out. They're gonna be strong enough. I've done this millions of times. That's not the problem. Make them shorter, make them longer. Other question, not the issue whatsoever. But obviously these splines here are different. Although I think the spline on this won't give up, because it's just slightly smaller than this. However, the whole CV joint is bigger and we like to keep it. So I was thinking to myself, how about I put them on the lathe, I do some measurements, I do some designing, and maybe I can chop this off from that flange over there if I remove the ring from the ABS, which I don't want anyway. And maybe I can insert that diameter, like chop it off and mill this down inside, maybe. Do you know what I mean? So this is slightly bigger. Mill it inside, and this will be inserted in and welded all around. Now, you say you shouldn't do it because they hard, blah blah. I know I shouldn't do it, but I would like to try it anyway, see what the outcome is, because it is much better and safer to weld on that, I think, than weld on the actual shaft. Because when you weld on this, look at the diameter. This is like 23 millimeters diameter. It's very small. When you weld it around, the diameter on the weld is very small in comparison to the torque it has to transmit. When you weld it outside here, it's like 10 times bigger. So the forces, the mechanical forces, the mechanical stress on the welds is gonna be much smaller. Plus, you actually insert this part into this part. And when you machine it down, what you do, you machine this tiny bit smaller than what it should be. So what you do, they don't fit, you warm this up, it will expand, you insert this, yeah, perfectly. This cools down and it clamps on itself. So it will be centered, it will be like very strong, and then you add the weld. So the weld actually is not structural, not completely structural, just to keep the stuff in place. Now I'm not sure about this one, but I think it's worth trying. So tonight, once I've done with the exhaust, well, not done, but done for the day with the exhaust manifold for the Bentro line, Project Gentleman, and different names, I want to have a go and see what happens. Could be a good idea, it could be completely stupid. Also, I don't know if you know, but yeah, well, you know, yeah, I've showed you before, my turbo for this just arrived, the Audi Q7 for the 1.90 Di, and I took the risk because it was cheap and it was fucked, like proper bad. So the guy seems to be very genuine. He said, look, we didn't check it, we didn't know. I said, look, I can see you a video, I can see the pictures, it is very badly damaged. It's like, no, I trust you whatsoever, no problems. So he probably knew it. To be honest, I don't know, there's no way to know it. However, he agreed to refund me nearly all the price. Like, so I paid for the turbo nearly to nothing. So it's actually worth for me to rebuild it, to get a new cartridge, get a new variable vane system and all the stuff, rebuild it. And it's just gonna be kind of good deal, and I got pretty much brand new turbo, so that's good. So we're going forward with this. Something probably from this arrived as well. So I don't know. Bits arriving. I got lots of stuff coming down. You got the flanges where you know this, and map sensor and adapter for the map sensor and aluminium pipes, and this flange is actually for the turbo. And yeah, lots of stuff missing yet, but thanks to Facebook, sometimes it's very useful. Apart being very political these days, it doesn't matter. I have all the diagram, well, nearly all of it, that I need to adapt my engine room and finish my engine room into the Toyota. I got my throttle pedal position and all that stuff. I have my ignitions, I have the battery pins, all the pins for the ECU, so I can actually connect everything, because when I bought it, unfortunately, it wasn't very in good state. So this side of the ECU plug, it is alright, but this side, this chopped side, which goes to the plugs that they connect to the body, so you got the control of your clocks, you know, your throttle pedal, your clutch pedal, your brake pedal, all the sensors inside the cab that ECU needs to read, and also ignition, blah blah, and all the stuff, the battery supply as well, I think. So it's all been chopped off, and I don't have the pin numbers on those pins, so I have to work it up from the colors. But I'm not really that confident. I don't trust the colors completely, because I know sometimes they change. I may be wrong on this, but I just don't trust it. So I'm gonna remove this plug, or the cover from the plug, and trace the pins, like pin by pin, which wire I need. To be honest, from this wires you only need a few of them, so most of this stuff is gonna be disappearing, because I don't need I'm not reading clocks or anything, so that's gonna be okay. What else? Yeah, they've, you know, some of the stars been chopped off, like this plug. I don't know what this is. I have to work it out. It's been just pulled off from the engine, but I got the sensor, I got those bits, because this room is actually from that engine, and what's missing here, because they chopped it or they just pull it off and broken, is actually on the edges, so I can sort them back. Sort them, I can connect them back. There you go. What else? That's it. Yeah, a couple of more. There's another one here, not really in great state, but not bad at all. Everything is present. We got all the relays, the ECU relays, the glow plug relays, all the pins are there, all the plugs are there, so it should be okay. I got tons of stuff coming from the engine. I want to refresh it, but that's going to be another video, because I'm going to show you how to do it. And yeah, this This mount is, I know it looks very ugly, the mount itself is strong, but these subframes, like everyone says, and I noticed that as well, they're not very strong. This won't be enough. I may reinforce it, but again, won't be enough. I really want to connect that engine mount over there. I have to make some like a crate to grab the gearbox and the engine itself for those bolts that connect the engine to the gearbox, something strong, and to that mount over there. Once that is done, engine will go nowhere. It will be nice and solid. So that's something I need to do. But again, slowly. Gonna open this package, see what arrives, and do this tonight. Every night do something, maybe spend an hour or two, maybe even 3. But during the day we have to really back on the Project Gentleman do this exhaust manifold, because it's not easy. It's fun, but it's not easy and it requires some time. Plus I got to make some money. So I'll see you soon. So the idea, which could be extremely stupid, is to cut this piece off, which is quite big diameter. Hold on the mold. There you go. This is 56. All right, just cut it at the edge over there. Maybe even there. No, that will be fine. Now, then cut this. 56 was. Yeah, there. So chop this off completely, remove it. Probably have to cut it over there because that's hollow inside from there, and then machine the inside diameter to match the outside diameter. This, so this will actually go inside of the CV joint, inside in, so you can get a square and then weld it around. Now I'm hoping that the weld about this, which is 56, all right, is obviously gonna be much stronger than if you just weld the shaft inside. And I don't know. Again, it's just an experiment. It could be just a massive failure, because you know I don't know how much heat you can go into the CV joints before you get them weak. And to weld them up properly, you have to get some heat in it. I just don't know, to be honest. I don't want to even think about too much if it's a good idea or not. I just want to run an experiment and see how long they last. Worst case scenario, go to these companies and get their drive shafts made, but they're quite expensive. And again, I want to follow this kind of idea of having a chip. If I can make it on my own, then good. If they last, even better. If they don't, we learn something. So I'll do it. Look at the difference. Huge. You can see it from there. That's why I'm trying to use this one. So what I've done, alright, I've got the 3 other CV joint spline cut off and machined. You see it's completely flat over here. There is a step here, okay? This matches that. It will go inside, obviously you have to push it, you have to tap it, but it will stop at that step over there. So then I'm 100% sure this is at 90 degrees, spot on exactly in the middle, exactly on its own axis, etc, etc. And then it should not stick more than the original one, because that goes inside 6 mil, and this is how much we remove from there, 6 mil. So it should be okay. I just have to make sure that the cage, because when you put the cage back together, this one, it kind of goes like in and then spins. So I'm not sure if I don't have to make the cage in first and then weld this up. I would prefer weld this up first and then assemble the CV joint. But I got to make sure. I don't want to weld this up and then have to cut it off, because it won't be that easy. Let's try. Right, so this is in. That bit went inside there, completely inserted. Now I could even machine that to fit this ABS ring, but I don't care. However, I think if I didn't say anything, you wouldn't know this is two-piece CV joint. This is Toyota and this is Volkswagen. Now Toyota outer spline here is surprisingly big. It's probably as big as the Volkswagen one, just longer spline. So if this holds, I'm not worried about this. This is probably like a third, probably 35% stronger than the Toyota one. So I should be happy with this. It's completely in center, it's completely square. So this may actually work. Get inside. It's fairly good. Let me just put the light on. Oh, yeah. Because that actually goes inside about 6-7 mil. So it took some hammering to put this down. It is very tight, and it should be okay. Instead of having a hybrid drive shaft, Volkswagen Toyota, we have the hybrid CV joint. The only problem is if the CV joint breaks, well, I guess CV joints, when they break the cages inside, or usually breaks the shaft. In that case, I just get another shaft. I don't know. This again could be very stupid. It's just an experiment, so I want to see if this actually lasts, or it only lasts from here to outside the workshop gate. I don't want to say I'm confident it will last, because I'm not. I just want to find out. A bit of fun. This is how you learn. So next time something like this has to come off, I know, yeah, it can be done, or no, cannot. So let's assemble the cage, see if I can assemble it with that in, because I haven't tested. I just hammered this down, I get carried away. I should actually stop, but it was starting to go in. I was like, oh, I just press it in completely. I'll see if it goes in. If it's not, I can still push this out somehow. And yeah, let's have a look. Well, it looks like I was stressing because I'm being watched. As soon as I turned the camera off, it just went in. Very simple. So we got the joint in, and now we have to press this in again. Plenty of space here for the movement. So that's good enough. This is actually not sticking out, so we got that much space there, and that's quite a lot of angle. We're never gonna achieve that angle. So yeah, I have to press this in. So see you in a minute. Nice. So I got myself a hybrid CV joint. This is a Volkswagen spline for these big ass shafts, and this is Toyota output, which this is actually quite big. It's much bigger than this one, which is the input shaft inside the CV joint Toyota. This hold on. This is actually pretty much the same diameter as this, or nearly, so should be strong. Well, if it holds, because now we have to put some heat in this to obviously weld it. May work, I don't know. If it does, then bloody hell, fair play. We'll see. Let me show you. I can't pick it up because obviously it's very hot, but this is it. So I don't know. It may be alright, maybe not. I mean, structurally, this bit here is actually pressed inside the CV joint body, so should be very strong. The only concern I have is this heat. This is a lot of heat to melt this material, you know. And I've done 3 passes now, because obviously it has to be strong. There's a fusion, there's another little pass, and there is a bigger pass on the top. Don't want to be too invasive, too big, because there's no point, but it's still a lot of heat. Obviously I'm not sure, because obviously they heat treated this CV joint, this material. I don't know, to be honest. I just don't know. So yeah, this is gonna be an experiment. As it may work, don't know. You know what? I really want to finish it now just to check how much torque this thing can take. If it's gonna snap right away, just trying to get out of the workshop, or will it actually last? Who knows? I've never done anything like this before. So yeah, bit of amps, 160 amps, and I was actually steady. I wasn't going crazy with the heat. So we'll see. I'll probably have to shorten the drive shaft a little bit on that side. I'm not sure though. I have to put this on and measure it. It may just fit. How do you know? Because they look very similar when I put them together as lengthwise, but you know, we'll see. I really want to put this on and test it. Snap it, fuck it. If it has to snap, let it snap, but at least we know. Let me know what you think, if this is completely stupid or worth actually taking the risk and take the challenge and try it. Nice colors though. It's very nice welder. Very nice colors. I like it. Well, kind of need a strong, not beautiful. I'm trying to cool this CV joint down, and I find something quite oddly satisfying. So I want to share it with you. Let me just hold it from the bottom. This is how the CV joint works. I don't know about you, but I could just stare at it and watch it working it. I fell in love with the WD-40 because trying to cool it down slightly quicker. So it's nice and smooth. It's good to know that we had the full, obviously, travel. Look how cool this thing is. It's just, there is something about it. This is mechanical ingenuity. This is just, it's very simple the way they work, but it's quite genius, I would say. Very genius. I like stuff like this. I don't want to touch it because it really is hot. CV joints are just incredible, are they? I actually never pay attention on them, but it's very good. I want to go home. I can't because I really I really want to put this on the spline on the shaft and wait and see if it fits. I can't because there's like a spacer on the spline and it's like made in rubber to keep the shaft exactly in that position, not sliding forward too much. I don't know if they done it because they fuck the sizes up or whatever, but I don't want to put it on because that is hot, very hot. I don't want to melt that piece of plastic, rubber, or whatever it is. So I still have to wait a little bit. I'm gonna wait another 15-20 minutes, try to put it on the gearbox, and yeah. However, what we got this very genuine, awesome rods. Arrived today. The sump, remember what I told you? Well, sorry, let me just put the light on. There you go. New sump. You see how much shallow it is, and it's exactly at the angle I want it. So yeah, everything is coming together slowly. So yeah, turbo is gonna go because I got a new one, the GTB 2260 VK. It has to be rebuilt completely. I have to put that mount over there. You can't see it under the tissues because yeah, tissues are there because it was dropping some oil, as you can see on the 14 from that oil filter housing. And yeah, it's just getting there. I think this weekend I may try to get that engine out, rebuild it, the bottom end, the head I'm gonna leave it stock, standard internals. I'm not gonna port it, I'm not gonna put the cam, I'm not gonna put the injectors yet. I wanna see how capable it is on the standard head and the standard injectors from the 150. Turbo is gonna be big, bottom end is gonna be built, completely all fresh, you know, just refresh everything new, cam belt, new engine bearings, new rods, machine the pistons, lower the compression a little bit. Yes, I know I'm supposed to leave it standard. I just can't help it. I mean, the engine should be rebuilt anyway, just refresh it. So once we open the engine, I may as well just do it properly, you know, lower the compression a little bit, put these rods, they're cheap as chips, put them on, so you forget about bottom end, you're never gonna break it. unless as soon as you do some, or as soon as you're not doing something stupid, and then we'll see how it goes. Once the engine is out, I'm gonna finish my engine loom, because I got the diagram now. Thanks for the guy who sent me all the links, all the pictures from the I don't know where from, but I got all the diagram for the ECU, so I can actually rebuild the engine, clean it, and put all the loom nicely, put everything in the car, and next weekend, not this one coming because I'm gonna rebuild the engine and do all that work. The weekend after, probably gonna try to start it and see how it goes. Because remember, I still have to do the fuel stuff, you know. This is petrol, high pressure pump. I don't know what pressure it is, so I have to work it out. Everything has to be worked out. Now engine loom is gonna be sorted out, but also I have to sort out the loom from the Toyota to see what connect to where. Do you know what I mean? Clock's not gonna work, I don't care. I'm gonna put aftermarket clocks. I'm not really one of these like, oh, the main thing about the swap is like the clocks, they have to be original, they have to work. Who cares? I mean, I need an engine, I need a good engine, I need to have fun. I'm not looking at the clocks. It's like, yeah, I put the gauge of the RPM, it's like the gauge of the EGT, back pressure, and lots of stuff, a boost, you know. Have nothing on that, on the clocks. The only thing I'm gonna make it work from the original clocks is gonna be fuel level and the engine temp. Engine temp is very simple because you're gonna just get a sender from with a sensor from the original engine and put on this engine. So that's very simple. Apart that, I'm not gonna waste too much time on get the ref counters and I want to work. Although, I guess what I could do, I could just get a diesel one, retrofit behind it, remove the needle and put the standard needle. So I don't know, maybe we'll see. For now I just want this to work. So I'll see you probably the next video. This is going to be the end of it because it's quite long. I've done something that I wasn't expecting today, so yeah, let's go forward.